just got done watching Shotgun Wedding, premiering on Prime Video this week and starring the likes of Josh Duhamel, Jennifer Lopez, Lenny Kravitz, and Jennifer Coolidge. I was actually kind of excited for this one. Just the entire concept of like this extravagant destination wedding being hijacked by pirates. In the process of saving their families, they rediscover maybe why they did fall in love in the first place. These elements all kind of piece together, and I love Josh Duhamel. I think the guy's kind of underrated. Alongside the likes of Jennifer Lopez has been on kind of a kick with these romantic comedies. Marry Me looked like absolute shit, and it was actually quite enjoyable. And I was hoping Shotgun Wedding was going to be the same, and honestly, it's enjoyable, but forgettable. And that's kind of something that I've been finding with the last few comedies that I've overall watched, is that they're very enjoyable to a certain extent, but after I've done and processed what I had watched, I completely nearly forgot everything that I was just saw. And that's kind of how I feel on this movie. So before we get any further into this, if you've watched the movie or in general you're interested in seeing the film, make sure to leave your thoughts down below. Let me know. I'm curious to hear those. I try to read and reply to each and every one of the comments, as well as make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And if you love talking movies on a daily basis, right now Sundance just happened as this review is going up, and I have a ton of reviews from there. So if you're into indie films or blockbusters, I have a wide variety of reviews always on this channel for you. With that said, let's dive into Shotgun Wedding and dive a little bit deeper into this movie. And I like to always start with my pros, because why do I want to be a negative Nancy? So first off, with my pros for this, I did like the performances in here. I actually thought Josh Duhamel and Jennifer Lopez had really great chemistry and did feel overall like a couple. And as someone who is actually engaged right now and starting to plan a wedding and process that with my fiance, there's a lot of fun gimmicks in here that they kind of flip on its back. Like Josh Duhamel in this movie is actually the one who's obsessed with like Etsy and Pinterest and like finding all these little gadgets and knickknacks for what could possibly make the wedding even better. And Jennifer Lopez is kind of the one that's, I just wish we would have eloped. And I like the dynamic and how that changes, but also just kind of seeing the subtle jokes on there is something that most couples when planning a wedding do go through. And I thought that was kind of clever and fun, and overall put a smile on my face as someone who again is planning a wedding at the same time as watching this. So it was fun for the most part on that. As well as just them, the way they handle them taking on the pirates could have been to such an audacity, extreme measure that's uncompletely unrealistic. And honestly, some of the moments in here are completely unrealistic, but they do take their time building up certain things. Like what happens when they do try to take out a pirate? What happens when they do try to kill someone? What happens when they do end up killing someone? Those elements all piece together, while again audacious and very out there, at the same time are a lot of fun, and I can't deny that I had fun watching this. Along the lines, I think besides them, the supporting cast does actually make up a lot of this film. Lenny Kravitz is good, Jennifer Coolidge is good, Sonia Braga is good, it was great to see him in here. Steve Coulter is great. Darcy Carden is great. I mean, the cast goes on and on from there. Every single person in this movie really does make something special in here, and I enjoyed all the performances and everyone really ramping up between here. Each and every one of the jokes when it comes down to family and wedding do land, and they put a smile on your face. A simple smile, in fact, but that's kind of what one of these movies is. This kind of feels like an early throwbacks to the days of like Fool's Gold and things like that we just truly do not see enough of. And that's kind of one of those things. If you're looking for a fun little throwback to watch this weekend, you're going to watch this, you're going to enjoy it, and then you'll probably forget about it by the end of the year and be like, oh wait, that came out in 2023? Generally don't even have that many issues with this movie, and when I would talk about them, they just be nitpicks somewhat, like the pacing and maybe some jokes here and there and certain characters that they focused on and other things that I wish they would have focused on, and maybe how predictable it could be. Certain things that you'll think about while watching the movie, but again, you'll keep smiling and laughing, and that's about it. That's kind of how I felt on this movie, is that it's enjoyable, forgettable, but at the same time, I had fun with it. Shotgun Wedding is a good time. That's where I just kind of go as far to say I enjoyed this movie. Yeah, it's forgettable. I'm not going to really remember this. I'll probably never rewatch it again. And honestly, like for me, if you ask me like, Zach, should I watch this? Be like, yeah, if you don't have much else to watch at home and you're looking for just a lighthearted, fun comedy, which thank God they went R-rated, because I think the R rating actually elevated a lot of the different jokes and material in here, then you're going to have fun with this. Don't expect a full-on action comedy here, though. This definitely is more in the realm of romantic comedy, and I like that they went that route. This is a sweet movie that you'll enjoy, and with all that said, I'm going to give Shotgun Wedding a B-. Let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are on this film. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know down there. Hit that like and subscribe button, and of course, until next time, stay classy.